Having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into something that definitely caught people's attention online, a specific Saturday Night Live sketch.
Yeah, the search terms point straight at it. It looks like a parody of the White Lotus, but called White POTUS.
White POTUS, exactly. And the searches really zero in on the host for that episode, Aimee Lou Wood.
Right, she seems key. Lots of searches like Aimee Lou Wood SNL skit, SNL Aimee Lou Wood, that kind of thing.
Which is interesting, you know, because her own work sometimes taps into those sharp social dynamics you see in shows like The White Lotus.
Makes sense she'd be involved in a parody like this then. It feels like a natural fit.
There was also, I noticed, Aimee Lou Wood teeth popping up in the searches, which is curious.
Yeah, that's a bit of an outlier. Maybe something the skit referenced, or just unrelated online chatter after her appearance. Hard to say just from the terms.
True. But the main focus, wow, it's clearly this specific sketch, so many variations like SNL White Lotus skit.
And SNL White POTUS skit. Over and over. People were definitely looking for this one. High interest.
It makes you immediately think, okay, how did they translate the White Lotus vibe? You know, the awkward rich people, the staff drama, the dark undertones into the White House.
Exactly. That's the core concept, it seems. Taking that show's sort of template of privilege and dysfunction and plopping it right into a political setting.
The potential for satire there is just huge. Think about the characters.
Oh, yeah. Like, who would be the equivalent of the spoiled guests or the stressed-out manager?
You could easily picture, like, entitled political aides, maybe clueless family members of the president, perhaps even Putillas acting like one of those oblivious, wealthy characters.
Totally. All those power games and ego clashes from the show would map so well onto, DC.
And speaking of characters, the name Sarah Sherman also showed up in the searches.
Right. That's interesting. She's a current SNL cast member, known for pretty bold, sometimes kind of surreal comedy.
So her being searched alongside this skit suggests, what? Maybe she played a big part.
Could be. Maybe a really memorable character. Or perhaps she was involved in writing it. Her style might fit that kind of pointed satire.
It all seems to point back to this central white POTUS idea really landing, or at least sparking a lot of curiosity.
Definitely. The basic SNL and Saturday Night Live searches just confirm we're talking about the show itself, but the specific searches tell the story.
So even without, actually watching the sketch right now, the search terms paint a pretty strong picture.
I think so. The main comedic fuel was probably that mashup. White Lotus themes meet White House setting. Social awkwardness, class stuff, maybe some mystery, but like political.
So summary is, SNL, hosted by Aimee Lou Wood, does a White Lotus parody set in the White House called White POTUS. Seems like a slam dunk idea comedically.
Yeah, likely involves skewering political figures or types through that specific HBO show lens.
But of course the searches don't tell us everything. Like, what specific White Lotus moments or characters got the parody treatment?
Exactly. Or which political figures, if any, were being directly spoofed. Was it generic types or specific people?
And Aimee Lou Wood's role, who was she in this White POTUS world?
And the Sarah Sherman question, too, was she front and center on screen or more behind the scenes on this one? Lots of specifics missing.
Right. So thinking about how popular both SNL's political stuff and the White Lotus are, it leaves you wondering, doesn't it? What specific parts of the whole Washington scene do you think would be the absolute funniest to filter through that unique White Lotus lens? Something to mull over.
Definitely something to think about. Well, that's our dive for today based on what you were searching for.
Having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, It was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.